The chilling spectacle unfolded on social media. A propagandistic video, meticulously crafted by El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele, showcasing scores of Venezuelan migrants being forcibly removed from planes and herded into the notorious terrorism confinement center. This wasn't just a deportation. It was a theatrical display of authoritarian power, a carefully orchestrated public shaming, and a disturbing escalation in the already fraught relationship between the U.S. and its southern neighbors. The narrative, amplified by the Trump administration, painted these migrants not as asylum seekers fleeing persecution, but as heinous monsters, terrorists engaging in rape, maim, and murder for sport. This stark portrayal, devoid of nuance and dripping with inflammatory rhetoric, belies the complex realities faced by Venezuelan migrants seeking refuge from the devastating socioeconomic and political crisis gripping their homeland. The Trump administration's rhetoric, echoing the harsh pronouncements of Bukele, dangerously dehumanizes a vulnerable population, fueling xenophobia and justifying a callous disregard for human rights. The narrative, deliberately simplistic and emotionally charged, ignores the individual stories of hardship, resilience, and desperate hope that lie behind these forced deportations. Take, for instance, the case of one Venezuelan migrant whose story exemplifies the human cost of this brutal policy. His younger brother, Sebastián Garcia Cacique, tearfully recounts his brother's life, vehemently denying the accusations hurled against him. "He has never been in prison, he is innocent, and he has always supported us with his work as a barber," Sebastián explains from their family home in Venezuela, his voice laced with grief and disbelief. The family's carefully planned reunion in Maracay, a symbol of hope amidst their struggles, was shattered by the news of his deportation. Their simple family gathering became another casualty of a complex geopolitical game, where human lives are reduced to mere pawns in a political power play. The meticulously staged video, a hallmark of Bukele's authoritarian style, raises serious concerns about due process and the lack of transparency surrounding these deportations. The migrants, many of whom sought asylum in the U.S. to escape political persecution, were thrust into a system where their pleas for refuge were ignored, replaced by accusations of gang affiliation based on flimsy evidence. Tattoos that U.S. immigration authorities interpreted as signs of belonging to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. This interpretation, however, is widely disputed by experts in South American organized crime. They argue that tattoos, often personal expressions of faith or cultural identity, are unreliable indicators of gang membership in Venezuela. Garcia's tattoos, for example, include a verse from the Book of Isaiah: "God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors." This deeply personal inscription, inked during a period of his life spent in Peru, bears no relation to gang affiliation, yet it served as a pretext for his deportation. His brother, Sebastián, bears the same tattoo, a shared symbol of faith and resilience, ironically twisted into a mark of alleged criminality. The story of Garcia and countless others highlights the urgent need for a more humane and nuanced approach to migration. These are not heinous monsters, but individuals escaping dire circumstances, desperately seeking safety and a better future. Their stories are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, even in the face of brutal oppression. Their ordeal underscores the profound ethical implications of using inflammatory rhetoric to dehumanize and justify the mass deportation of vulnerable populations. Lindsay Toxilowski, a California-based immigration lawyer, echoes these concerns. She recounts her frantic efforts to locate her client amidst the chaotic scenes depicted in Bukele's video, fearing that he too has been unjustly deported to El Salvador. Her experience underscores the pervasive lack of transparency and the alarming speed at which these deportations are carried out, leaving families and legal representatives scrambling to understand and respond to the situation. The lack of due process, the reliance on questionable evidence, and the blatant disregard for basic human rights are alarming hallmarks of this disturbing trend. The orchestrated spectacle of mass deportations is not merely a matter of immigration policy. It's a stark demonstration of political opportunism, a calculated move designed to appease certain segments of the population and solidify authoritarian power. The human cost of this political maneuvering is staggering, leaving families shattered, lives disrupted, and a profound sense of injustice in its wake. The stories of these Venezuelan migrants, stripped of their dignity and labeled as monsters, serve as a potent reminder of the ethical imperative to treat all individuals with compassion, respect, and fairness, regardless of their nationality or perceived affiliation. The international community must demand accountability and transparency, and work to ensure that such abuses of power are never repeated. The fight for justice must continue, amplifying the voices of those silenced and fighting for a future free from fear and persecution.